I very recently stumbled upon a problem involving what is called as a no break space. So in this video, I'm going to tell you what is this no break space, what problem it creates, and how do we tackle it. So I recently got an email in which I had this bunch of data. I just copied and pasted it in my Excel file. I immediately noticed that it was not looking nice. It was pretty ugly. There were a lot of extra spaces in my labels, in my numbers. I thought, okay, let me quickly fix it with a find and replace. So I did a Control H, replace a space with nothing, and I tried replace all. To my shock, it didn't fix the problem. I thought, okay, let me use a value function. Maybe that'll take care of it. No, that also failed. Even for the labels, I thought, how do I remove these extra spaces? I thought a simple trim function can fix it. So I tried a trim function on the labels. Didn't help. Those extra unnecessary spaces continued to be there. That told me that there is something different here. So I am seeing spaces, but Excel doesn't recognize that as a space. So something else is going on. So what I thought was I'll try to find it using the code function, because I'll try to see what is the ASCII code of this character here. So the first space, I wanted to know what is the first letter, which is actually a space. So I used a code function along with the left function. I said, let's pull out the first character here and get its code. And that told me the story. And that's because the code of a regular space is not 160, it is 32. Here I'm typing a regular space, and if I type code function, I'm getting answer as 32. So this 160 is not a space, it's something else. So that got me digging, and I realized that this is called as a no break space. What is a no break space? Let me illustrate that with this simple Word document. A no break space is something that visually appears as a space, but the software does not recognize that as a space for line breaks and page breaks and paragraph breaks. So for example, if you look at these two paragraphs here, at least the first two lines are almost the same. The only difference is in the first paragraph I'm using a regular space between these numbers, and in the second one I've used a no break space. And what you notice is where I'm using regular space, it's neatly broken between the two lines. But where I'm using a no break space, the entire number gets moved to the second line. So it does not break it between two lines. So having understood what a no break space is, let's go back to our Excel file and see what we were dealing with. So I had this problem here. The trim function, value function, nothing could handle this. So how do we fix this problem? If you want to handle this problem, we have to do either replace the no break space with a regular space, or replace it with nothing. Like in the case of numbers, I don't want anything. Whereas in the case of the letters, I would like to probably replace it with regular spaces. So what I'm going to do is, before using the trim function, I'm going to say equals trim. But first, let me substitute the no break space with a regular space. So substitute in column 1, no break space. How do I specify no break space? We know that the code for the no break space is 160. So I can use the char function, character of 160. This will give me the no break space, and I'm going to replace it with a regular space. So the substitute function is first going to replace my no break spaces with regular space, and then trim function will clean it up. So now it looks much better. Same thing when it comes to the numbers here. So what I can do is, instead of using simply a value function, equals value of not what is there in the numbers as it is, but I'm going to substitute in these numbers, I'm going to substitute character 160 with nothing, because I don't want any space there. That's taken care of. Of course, there are these empty lines which we have to take care. For now, let me just delete them manually. Now, if you're doing a find and replace instead of using a function, what can you do? If you already know a cell that contains the no break space, then what you can do is you can simply copy the text. Here I'm copying the character. I know this is a no break space. And then I can do a find and replace through Control H. In the find section, rather than typing a space, I'm going to paste the no break space I just copied, and I can say replace it with nothing. That takes care of the problem. If you don't know where the no break space sits, I don't know where the no break space is, then what do I do? What you can do is you can insert the no break space in some cell yourself and then copy it. So how do you insert a no break space? If you have the number keypad with you, what you can do is press Alt 0160, that inserts the no break space. You can then copy it. In fact, you could have directly typed it in the find box as well. We can type Alt 0160. What if that's not there? What if you don't have a number pad? In that case, what you do is go to the insert tab, click on symbols, insert a symbol. There what you choose is, among the symbol options, choose ASCII decimal and choose the character code 160. Character code 160 is a no break space. You insert it in the cell and then the code is inserted. Then now you can copy it and then you can do a find and replace. I hope you found this video useful. If you like this video, please click on the like button and do subscribe to our channel. And also let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Alright, thank you.